Hello again, everyone. So here we are with week 2 of the body bulk for our Maintenance Physique Regimen. So this one here is the stimulation week. So we'll be doing mostly isolated movements versus the last week, which was the compounding week. So we did a lot more compound and major lifts last week. So in comparison, we'll be doing more dumbbell exercises versus the barbell. So like your bench press will be now with barbells in this push exercise routine, and also flies as well will be the dumbbells. So for the Wednesday, you can see it's Wednesday for this video. If you think you missed a video, you didn't. Every Monday for this body bulk is technically a leg day. For the first 3, they are the same. So the first video that you see in this body bulk for the Maintenance Physique Regimen, or the first workout video period, is leg day. So that you do every Monday for this body bulk. So you'll be doing it on the second week as well, for the Monday before you do this one on the Wednesday. And the difference is when you get to week 4, we're adding in deadlifts and leg presses and stuff like that, and I'll be showing a separate video for that Monday schedule of the routine. So here we're just with the Wednesday, so I'll leave this up here so you can get a quick snap of that. So you'll see we have our incline dumbbell press, your flat dumbbell press, your flat bench flies, along with your incline flies and the flat flies as well, plus your tricep extension, and then core crunches, which we always do at the end of these routines. So, same principles. We have your warm-up set per exercise. You do 12 to 15 reps to get warmed up, get the blood flow, and used to that movement we're doing for the exercise. You do 1, 2, and 3 working sets. So 3 working sets, as heavy as you can, and then your failure set with a little bit less weight until failure, or roughly the same weight if you feel comfortable with it, if you're not too fatigued. Which you should be failing between 5 to roughly 9 reps. So moving on, we'll start off with the incline dumbbell press. So here I do again that same on an incline bench with the dumbbells. So I go quite a bit lighter because we are using your 5-second reps here. So with the 5-second cadence when you're doing the concentric and eccentric portion of the exercise. So pushing up is the concentric, on the way back down is your eccentric part of the movement. So on the incline dumbbell press, I'm doing roughly 45 degrees on the angle, just about, on the bench press, and I'm going pretty slow. Even on the warm-up, I tend to go a little bit slower just to get that good blood flow in there, make sure I get a good decent little pump before I hit the working sets. And then I move on to my first working set. I go just heavy enough that I think I'm gonna just about fail at 5 reps, counting to 5 on the way down and on the way up. So you do 3 working sets like that, and then my failure set. And then we do flat dumbbell press. So that is essentially the same movement, just in the flat horizontal bench. So we do it that way, doing another warm-up set, and then your working set 1, 2, 3, and then a failure set, but just on the flat bench this time. And then you move on after that. Again, between these the sets, by the way, I'm only taking roughly 30 to 45 second rest in between. So my pauses are roughly 30 to max, I'd say, a minute rest in between. If you're trying to gather more energy, if you're quite fatigued by your third working set and failure set, I tend to take roughly a minute just because I'm quite out of breath, or my muscles are quite fatigued. So you need probably a little more than 30 seconds in between. But if I got a good pump going, I've got quite a bit of energy, I usually only take roughly 30 seconds. That way my heart rate is still up, I'm burning more calories, and I'm getting a good pump out of this, and I'm burning the fat at the same time. So we got your incline flies this time. So it's the same incline degree as the incline bench press. So instead of with the same dumbbells, I'll go a little bit lighter, obviously, because we're doing the fly movement this time. So on that incline fly, we're doing a warm-up set, and then 3 working sets and a failure set again. This routine's pretty straightforward, so you'll notice that it's just basically the different versions. You got your press and then your flies, and then we move on to triceps. So you got then, after your failure set for the flies on the incline, you do now flat bench flies, same movement, just on the flat horizontal, doing a warm-up sets, and then your 3 working sets and failure set again. Then we have your tricep extension. On this here, you might notice I'm still locking on my elbows just either right in front of my body, pushing it down on the cable, on the bar, or you could also do this with a rope, but I like doing it with the bar sometimes too on this because you can go a little bit heavier, and I like to go just a little bit heavy to get a good pump out of the triceps. So on the tricep extension, I tend to put the weight or the bar just a little bit in front of me, but if you see in the video I'm doing it under me, it's because I'm going maybe a little bit heavier than usual. But if you're really trying to get that slow 5-second rep out of it, you might have to let it sit just a little bit in front of you. Not like let your elbows not just be tucked right against your sides, but maybe just a little bit in front of you, so you can really let the tension on sit on the tricep instead of your shoulders and chest. Because when you start tucking in too much behind your body, you start to use your chest and your triceps. It almost becomes like a dip motion. So instead, try to alleviate that and put your elbows in front of your body so that you can really get that tension on the elbows instead of your chest, or your triceps, not your elbows, so that you get less tension on the chest and the shoulders or the front delts. So yeah, so after your tricep extensions, you move on to your core crunches. So with the core crunches, again, I do that same thing where I have a superset of the V crunches on the bench, do those roughly 60 reps, and then I superset that with a set of roughly 60 on the back extensions on this machine you see here. So you do 3 supersets like that. So I do 1 on the V crunch and then the back extension, hop back on that bench, do more V crunches, roughly 60. If I'm too fatigued, maybe only doing 50 here. It's until failure each rep. So you'll see that I do 3 supersets until failure. And then the back extension, V crunches again, the back to back extensions. So that's it. Do 3 supersets of that, 6 sets in total for your core, and that's it. So that would be the end of the Wednesday routine here. And then we're moving on to our Friday, which is now a pull routine again. So you're using mainly your biceps, back, and rear delts on that there. So we're going to move on to that. We'll see you on the other side.